Michael Avenatti is the former attorney of Stormy Daniels. They parted ways in February of 2019. This guy from jail has issued a really interesting statement. I mean, very strange. He's talking about a producer, Sarah Gibson, and he says she requested I assist with a documentary about my former client, Stormy Daniels. And so he talks to Gibson. It's obviously on a recorded line because Avenatti's in prison. And he says, I asked her a number of questions about this documentary. I was particularly interested in knowing, is it going to be fair? Or is it a puff piece that's kind of aimed at putting Daniels in a favorable light while trashing Donald Trump? So Avenatti, of all people, is trying to find out what is the angle of this documentary. And he said, my first question to Ms. Gibson when we spoke was whether Daniels was being paid. And here's where things get interesting. He says, I asked this question because if she was being paid, it would be a clear indication to me the project lacked integrity, would be one-sided, and controlled by Daniels. Ms. Gibson told me that Daniels was being paid for the documentary, but that because she owed Trump hundreds of thousands of dollars from a judgment Trump was trying to collect from Daniels, they, meaning Daniels, Gibson, and others, had come up with a plan that would allow Daniels to be secretly paid while at the same time keeping the payments away from Trump and his attorneys. Among other things, she told me they had fictionally, quote, optioned the rights to Daniels' book and then routed the money Daniels demanded through a fabricated trust that had been set up in the name of Daniels' daughter, all to hide the money from Trump and avoid paying the judgment. What I find fascinating about all this is that this is really sort of insider scoop by an attorney very close to Daniels. Now, again, we have to hit the pause button and go, listen, we're dealing with all around incredible characters, right? If you can't believe Cohen, you can't believe Daniels. Can you actually believe Avenatti? I mean, this is like a festival of crooks, right? It's like one crook telling on the other guy, no, it was Fatty over there who pulled the trigger. Oh no, it was Sly over here who really did it. And it's the cops are like, well, was it Fatty or is it Sly? One of the two of them did it. Clearly these are people with fully capable of doing all kinds of shenanigans. And it is true. I mean, the background is true. Stormy Daniels owes Trump all this money. She's obviously pretending she doesn't have it. It sounds like she is finding ways to make money. And what Avenatti is alleging is that she's getting media, in this case, a documentary film team, to work with her on concealing and finagling the funds.